There are many different parts that make up the brain and central nervous system. All the different parts of the brain have their very own unique functions. The main parts of the brain are the cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem. The brainstem is the lower extension of the brain located in front of the cerebellum and connected to the spinal cord. It consists of three structures: the midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. Many simple or primitive functions that are essential for survival are located in the brainstem. The medulla oblongata controls breathing, blood pressure, heart rhythms, and swallowing. Messages from the cortex to the spinal cord and nerves that branch from the spinal cord are sent through the pons and the brainstem. The cerebellum fine-tunes motor activity or movement, for example, the fine movements of fingers as they perform surgery or paint a picture. It aids in maintaining posture and a sense of balance by regulating muscle tone and limb position. The cerebellum is important in one's ability to perform rapid and repetitive actions, such as playing a video game. The cerebrum, which forms the major portion of the brain, is divided into two major parts, the right and left cerebral hemispheres. The two sides of the brain are joined at the bottom by the corpus callosum. The corpus callosum connects the two halves of the brain and delivers messages from one half of the brain to the other. The cerebral hemispheres have several distinct fissures. By locating these landmarks on the surface of the brain, it can effectively be divided into pairs of lobes. There's the frontal lobe, temporal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe. The right time to subscribe is now. The frontal lobes help control thinking, planning, organizing, problem-solving, short-term memory, and movement. The parietal lobes help interpret feeling, known as sensory information. The lobes process taste, texture, and temperature. The occipital lobe processes images from your eyes and connect them to the images stored in your memory. This allows you to recognize images. The temporal lobes help process information from your senses of smell, taste, and sound. They also play a role in memory storage. Structures deep within the brain control emotions and memories. Known as the limbic system, these structures come in pairs. Each part of this system is present in both halves of the brain. The thalamus acts as a gatekeeper for messages passed between the spinal cord and the cerebrum. The hypothalamus controls emotions. It also regulates your body's temperature and controls functions such as eating or sleeping. The hippocampus sends memories to be stored in areas of the cerebrum. It then recalls the memories later. Sometimes called the master gland, the pituitary gland is a pea-sized structure found deep in the brain behind the bridge of the nose. The pituitary gland governs the function of other glands in the body, regulating the flow of hormones from the thyroid, adrenals, ovaries, and testicles. Small, almond-shaped structures, the amygdala is located under each half hemisphere of the brain. The amygdalae regulate emotion and memory and are associated with the brain's reward system, stress, and the fight or flight response when someone perceives a threat. The pineal gland responds to light and dark and secretes melatonin, which regulates circadian rhythms and the sleep-wake cycle. Its location deep in the brain suggested to philosophers throughout history that it possesses particular importance. This combination led to its being regarded as a mystery gland, with mystical, metaphysical, and occult theories surrounding its perceived function.